Yo, what's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with episode number 16 of my Philadelphia Eagles franchise in Madden 25, and today we're going to talk about what the Eagles did in the NFL draft. I'd love for you guys to join the conversation in the comment section. Let me know how you thought your favorite team did after the draft has been complete now for about a week and a half. And I'm just going to talk about what the Eagles did, but look at that. Brandon Boykin with the interception on the first possession for the Cardinals. Great field position now. Got to do something with it. Now let's start talking about the draft. Round one, we go with Marcus Smith, an outside linebacker from Louisville. And I'm not quite sure yet how I feel about this pick. I've had a week and a half to think about it, and I'm still unsure. I thought the Eagles should have been drafting at best position available and not so much at need. They really did need another pass rusher, and that's what I'm hoping they're going to get with Marcus Smith. But at 22, they traded back so the Browns could get Manziel. At 22, Denard from Michigan State was there. A cornerback, no fly zone, a guy that I think we really could have used. And instead, they trade back to the Browns, who pick Johnny Football, and then we move back to number 26 and get Marcus Smith. So again, I'm not really sure how this one's going to pan out. None of us really do know. What I do know about Marcus Smith is that we needed a pass rusher, and that's what he does. He was number 2 in the nation last year with 14.5 sacks. He was the AAC Defensive Player of the Year. He has a really long wingspan. A lot of highlights I saw were those of him knocking passes down and getting to the quarterback, but he's more of a speed rusher, and if that's shut down, he's not really showing that he'll have the versatility other than just being a speed rusher. So I'm not so sure. Again, I wish they picked Denard. I don't want this to turn into the Brandon Graham, Earl Thomas situation where we had a chance to draft Earl Thomas. We needed a safety, and now look at the difference between the two players. But let's move on to round number 2. I love the pick. Pick number 42, we traded up to get him from Vanderbilt, a 6'3", 212-pound wide receiver, Jordan Matthews. He's going to start off playing the slot, and Chip Kelly really likes those bigger type wide receivers, and I think that also is part of the reason why he got rid of Deshaun Jackson. He wants guys that, when they're shut down from what they can do, they can use their size and just kind of get in and get the ball, and I think that's something Jordan Matthews is going to do. When I was watching initial highlights of him on ESPN after he was chose, I thought, this guy doesn't look like he's really fast. But then I watched more highlights on YouTube, and he looks like he has really good breakaway speed. But again, he's a big guy who's going to go out and get the ball. Some really impressive things that I read about him. He accounted for 49% of Vanderbilt's passing yards since 2012 when he became a starter. And that's just really impressive. He broke all types of SEC receiving records, and that's a conference that's known for his defense. So the fact that he was able to go out and do those type of things, I'm really excited to see what he's going to be able to do. In round number 3, we went out and got another wide receiver from Oregon, Josh Huff, and this guy is another one that I'm excited to see what he can do. 5'11", 206 pounds, a speed receiver type guy. Some impressive things that I read about him is that all 13 games he played in last year, he had one catch of at least 20 yards. And also, he averaged 18.4 yards per reception last year. That's most for any Oregon player since 2002. And if you watch Oregon football, they like to throw a lot of screens and short passes. So the fact that he was able to turn those things into an average of 18.4 yards per reception is very impressive. It lets me know that he can be the type of player in Chip's offense that's going to be able to catch screen passes and turn those into 20-yard gains. And I think that's what they're going to try to use him for. One of those speed back / speed wide receivers where you can just place all over the field. Similar to kind of what they're going to probably try to do with Darren Sproles. In the 4th round, they took Jalen Watkins, a defensive back from Florida, 5'11", 194 pounds. He ran a 4.41 at his combine while he was injured. This guy can fly. I think it's more of a special teams pick. Maybe he'll be the 4th option when it comes to defensive backs, but I've also read that there's a possibility he could be converted to safety. So I like the pick. He's a brother of Sammy Watkins. the draftee who went to the Buffalo Bills. So we have a bad history of getting the bad brother, i.e. Casey Matthews. So we'll see how he turns out. But again, he could be a really good special teams option, as well as Josh Huff, I think. Taylor Hart went in the 5th round at pick 141, another Oregon guy. The only thing I really know about him is that he's 6'6" and 281 pounds. He's a huge guy. I think he'll be more of a rotational player. Don't look on him starting, but, you know, he could be a type of a J.J. Watt type player, another big guy. It's obviously what Chip likes. And the last pick I'll talk about before this video ends is round 5, Ed Reynolds, free safety from Stanford, 6'1", 207 pounds. I'm really interested to see what this guy can do. All Pac-12 the last 2 years of his career, had 6 interceptions in 2012. I think this guy is going to be a sleeper and could eventually be a starter on the defense. Mark my words now. So that's going to wrap it up. It's Popular Stranger. I'm out. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.